Even just thinking about the entire incident just makes me tired. I didn't want to make a video about the incident that happened at Maselspoort Resort in Bloemfontein in the Free State. But I've had so many people comment on my videos, asking me for my views, commenting on some of my posts on other social media platforms, about DMs on WhatsApp. And I saw some fucking idiots DM'd me on Instagram asking when I'm releasing a video on the incident and whose agenda am I serving, which kind of annoyed me and pissed me off. I used to make, earlier this year in 2022, I used to make these long videos, 1 hour, over 1 hour on Facebook, sharing my thoughts, you know. I'd get angry, I'd get emotional, and open up about personal things. Before Facebook decided to be a fucking puss and their algorithms started throttling my views and I was constantly suspended. It just really put me off. I tried to go live on YouTube, but the quality wasn't the greatest. And I didn't get to keep the comments on the video. You just upload the video, but the comments wouldn't stay. And then on TikTok, I tried to go live at some point for like 2 weeks or so, but it would be like late at night and I'd be tired. So I gave that up as well. And the fact that TikTok also doesn't save videos. So two young black boys aged 18 and 13 were assaulted by older white Afrikaans men. I think they're aged 33, 47, I'm not sure of the other one, at a resort in Bloemfontein, and it was captured on video. And as the story goes, these boys wanted to get in and swim, and these white people told them, you're not supposed to be here. Apparently it was reserved for white people. So they ended up fighting. This little boy was trying to punch the one guy. You know, I saw his face has been trending. Utama 2000 are not going to stand for shit. You know, they're going to get us the land back. And these guys have been arrested. You know, there was a case opened by at the Glen SAPS. Initially common assault, and then I think it was taken up to attempted murder because there's video footage of one of the boys. There's an attempt at drowning him. The EFF went to protest, to swim at the resort, tell them that white people can't be comfortably racist in Bloemfontein and in the Free State. Obviously, you get triggered. Vicky Momberg, at some point, very racist towards a black cop. Penny Sparrow, as well. Is it Adam Katsakelos? Something. I think it's like a Greek Portuguese surname. Racist guy in some beach. Speak about Kafirs or whatever. Diens de Toy, the white guy who peed on a black boy's laptop and stuff at the University of Stellenbosch. And obviously there was, I don't know if the university's residence name was Reitz at the University of the Free State. These white kids who peed on meat and made the black workers there eat it. And then Professor Jonathan Jansen went and forgave them and spoke about Mandela's reconciliation, which made me so fucking angry at the time and pissed. To this day, I still think he's a huge defender of Amasimba. Prof. Jansen speaks well, great South African, has great thoughts around the education system, but some of that behavior will just fucking make you want to vomit. Him, Archbishop Desmond Tutu, may he rest in peace. I don't want him to rest in peace. I'm still sour about the Truth and Reconciliation Commission and that bullshit work they did with fucking racists. Cyril Ramaphosa went and he spoke on a platform about racism should not rear its ugly head and blah, 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 futek, masimba that we fucking hear from ANC leaders. Why am I tired? Okay, I'm tired. Number one, because a lot of the people who asked me for my opinions kept referencing that I'm now a paying member of AfriForum. And I get bashed and dragged by black people for that. Which is fine. I mean, these are black people that don't fucking add value to my life. So I don't fucking care, you know. Because there's enough amazing black people in my life that add a lot of value, education in my life. I'd like to think there's a lot of black people whose lives I add value to as well. So when useless nobodies on social media want to come at me sideways, as if I'm fucking married to their sister or I owe them money, or it reminds me of why abantu abamnyama in this country are at the fucking bottom of the food chain. I'm reminded of the Black movement that I founded and the fact that black people refuse to buy from black people, work for black people. All the excuses in the world. Makes me sick as well. I don't know these fucking white Afrikaans men who are doing whatever the fuck they were doing. I don't know these young black kids. I don't know these people. I don't know them, and a big part of me doesn't care. I don't care anymore. Whites, blacks, Indians killing blacks in Phoenix, black people robbing and killing white people. Hey, Baba, Nkatele. The ANC government, which was one of the black groups that fought for liberation, has done nothing significant to dismantle white privilege and white colonial rule in this country. The only thing they've done is they've placed themselves in some of these elite pockets. I always mention the same fucking names, but these guys are rich now. Some of them are called billionaires. Black people, black leaders that black people vote for, that black people worship and make songs about. They've worked tirelessly. Mandela, Mbeki, Ramaphosa, Motlanthe, even Jacob Zuma. They've worked very hard to make sure that white people don't lose their privileges in this country. And white people have gotten wealthier since 1994. Black economic empowerment, 85% of that money has gone back to white hands, and it's made white people richer than ever before. The ANC government. I've made videos explaining why I joined AfriForum as a paying member. Obviously, black people, because they're emotional and obviously they don't hear you. And not only do they not hear you, the fact that I'm actually trying to respect you by explaining myself, I'm met with this aggression, as if again you've ever voted for me, as if you've bought from any of my businesses, as if you've had any real part in my life. You haven't had a real part in my life, but you have huge opinion. Tomorrow, when I'm broke, when I'm depressed, when I'm not seeing my children hate me, when I'm disabled, when I'm starving, you're not going to do fuck all for me. Nothing. And I must not sleep at night worrying about the opinion of some idiot from somewhere fucking in South Africa who has a 2-cent opinion about my life. The psychological fuck up in black people, white people, colored, Indian in this country is not only nauseating, but it's draining. Skatele. Assas. Most white people in South Africa are racist. It's a fact. I grew up in Newcastle. We lived in Arbor Park. Well, after we left Ematati in Lukshin, we lived in Arbor Park. We lived in Central. I went to initially Chelmsford Primary, which was a colored school. Then, thanks to Nelson Mandela, I moved to Arbor Park Primary, where they segregated the classes. There was a black class and a white class. And then my mom had to go and fight to get me into the white class. So from there, we decided to move to Newcastle Junior Primary, where luckily there was some type of integration. Newcastle Senior Primary, Newcastle High School. I went to Rhodes. I went to UJ. I've played rugby. Chunk of my life, I was in provincial youth choirs. I've had exposure to all types of racists. Female, male, young, old. Having played rugby, there's white boys that refuse to shake your hand on the field. There's white boys who on the field want to break your ribs, in particular because you're a fucking kafir. And they want to show you that the Buddha will fuck you up. You must go fucking play soccer or go dance or something. In their fucking retarded white Afrikaans heads. That's all we could for. And we try. These black kids try to speak good English, and we try to speak good Afrikaans, and we try to be accepted by people that hate our guts. Because we're trying to just get by. Because the black political leadership never fucking did much to dismantle Amasimba. So we have to try and, oh, our little best. As time goes by, you read up on black consciousness. You read up on some of the black activists in America. You read up on the slave trade. You read up on oppression, exploitation, land being taken, women raped, people tortured, people whipped, people hung. And you get so emotional and so angry. And you wanna fix this. You want to empower black people to become strong. To have the type of bloodthirsty appetite that Ongamla have. And let go of Lamasimba of the fucking Bible. Forgiveness and turning the other cheek. And watching your mothers and your grandmothers and other people tell you, Isibusisa Masimba. Melitina shlezi isixola siyabantu abamnyama. Ebelungu besihlukumeze. Amabhunu esibulala. Sixole sihambe siyesontweni sithandazele uNkulunkulu ofile. And when you try to awaken some of these people, they fucking fight you back. And when you tell them that the kings and the cultural leaders are also fucking useless because they've done nothing for you and they've only become rich with abelungu, then you called anti-cultural. Ngifunde kakhulu phenwela, ngikhuluma isiNgisi, angisabahloniphi, angisayihloniphi inkosi, angesihloniphi inkosi amasimba. But these are black people now. They're the same black people you're trying to empower. Telling them, go work for a black business. Go buy from a black business. No, black businesses, the attitude, black businesses, that means you don't want to uplift black. You want to fucking work for whites. You want to buy from whites, but you still claim to be fucking pro-black. And we must fucking watch Lamasimba and be okay. So I said, fuck it. And I left. Ngathi bafethu ngixolele ngiyaphuma. Qhubeka noJesu wenu wamasimba, qhubeke nesiko leni elibolile lincindezelayo ukulobola nokuhlawula amasimbi, amantombazane ahambe efeva la and then mele uyihlawule ngoba ekhaya kubo bayahlupheka bavuka ngawe. When we point out these things to us sihloniphi. Mele sihloniphe umbhedo. Julius Malema and the EFF have been called disrespectfully in court. I'm not in court, in parliament. Because mele bahloniphe abantu abadala kwi-ANC that disrespect voters, that disrespect the people of South Africa. Mele sihloniphe, these are your elders. How can you be an elder that's full of shit and I must respect you? So while you're raping me, while you're stealing from me, while you're colluding with white people to oppress the masses, I must respect you just because ugogo mdala, umkhulu mdala. I left, decided to become a non-racialist, looked back on my life and looked at all the good white people that I've come across, school teachers, music teachers, conductors, coaches, friends, and their parents. Indian as well, some colored, varsity, looking at some of the people that have added value in our lives from a distance, you know, people that have invented stuff, that have built businesses, people that hire you, that allow you to be able to feed your family. A few years ago, my Toyota Test broke down on my way to Newcastle, just outside of Meermal in the Free State. Tried to stop a lot of cars, the black cars were driving past, and I don't blame them, Shane. There's crime in this country. I wouldn't stop as well. So I'm gonna blame you for it. You guys must fucking drive past. Who stops in a crime-ridden South Africa? Who stops for a black guy with a beard wearing black? I'm probably a criminal. I'm probably trying to hijack you. Who stops? A young white Afrikaans guy in a bakkie stops, speaks to me in Afrikaans. Luckily, I respond in Afrikaans. Asks me where I'm going. I explain. He hooks my tires up and he drives me to Meermel, which was luckily about 10 kilometers away. We get to Meermel. He takes me to a mechanic. I insist on thanking him with money. He says, "Nee man, that's all right." I must hate white people. This guy doesn't know me from a bar of soap. Decided just to help. He's a recent example. I've got so many examples of white people who have donated money to me and my causes. White people who have invested in some of my business initiatives. White people who have worked for me. White people who have worked with me. White people who have opened opportunities for me. White people who have cried when I cry. Who care about my children. Many more black people who have done so many amazing things for me in my life. Black people, or dark, that I love to death, that I will kill for, that I will die for, that I'll do whatever I can for where I can. Then there are so many white racists along the way. And along with the white racists, there are so many horrible black people who have stolen from me, who have beaten me up, who have taken my cars, who have said false shit about me, who have spread lies about me to try and cancel me, who have taken from people in my family, who have killed some of my family members. Black people. Never mind the corrupt ANC. Never mind them. Never mind other black people who are colluding with rubbish bullshit people to fucking oppress all of us. Then you start doing the history. The same history I was reading, I now read about African leaders who were trading slaves. And you start looking at some of the fights with Abu Shaga where they were killing other black people over land. You look at some of the black leaders who kill other black people because they want power, they want money, etc. Nothing to do with the white agenda, everything to do with power for themselves. And you realize there are good people and there are bad people. And in my life, I choose to side with good people. And more importantly, I choose to side with good people who are for me. You want me to worry about people I don't know somewhere. I wish well upon them. These are young kids. It's wrong what these older people were doing. It's wrong. Is it racial? I don't know and I don't care. What I know is it was old men bullying young kids. They obviously must be punished. If it's racial, take it to the South African Human Rights Commission. But now, we're not Taki that wants me to comment, that bashes me for giving AfriForum money because AfriForum is patrolling the borders, because AfriForum is holding government to account, because AfriForum is supporting certain black groups where they can, because AfriForum is trying to teach us how to own our own lives and to hold ourselves accountable for our lives, building institutions for skills because they've seen that the ANC government has destroyed tertiary institutions for skills. They've built them. You guys are angry that they're in Afrikaans. They must be in English to serve the British white people. When did you decide to be a fucking ambassador for the white British people so that all our schools must be in English? Who is paying you? When did you sell out? White Afrikaans people took initiative to build a fucking Afrikaans institution, and you're angry that it doesn't offer English, which is a fucking white colonial language. You're not fighting that they're not teaching isiZulu, it's Xhosa, it's Sotho, it's Tswana, it's Pedi, it's Tsonga. You're not. You're fighting that they're not teaching in English. And this is not white English people. This is white Afrikaans people. Where are the fucking black Zulu, Xhosa people building institutions in your languages? Your fucking kings, your pastors, your political leaders, where are the fucking indigenous schools they've built? But you're angry. You're fucking angry, and you're angry at the wrong people because you should be angry at yourself. You're the fucking loser. You're the fucking failure. You're the fucking sellout. You're the one that's constantly working for Ongamla, buying from Ongamla, and then you get angry. People like myself, a self-proclaimed non-racialist, are working with good people. You are pro-black. Why the fuck are you buying from white-owned businesses? Why the fuck are you working for white-owned businesses, but you claim to be pro-black? You're the one that's a fucking sellout. I'm not selling out fuck all because I've been pretty honest about my stance on things. Black people are going to carry on going to Maselspoort Resort, which might be racist. We don't know. I don't even know if the owner there is racist. The owner there might be a good person. But these three fucking rotten human beings now are going to get all white people to be looked at as if they scum. Those guys are scum. When the ANC is corrupt, you can't say all black people are corrupt just because Cyril and his family and other people are corrupt. It's them. But when white people are doing bullshit, it's all white people. Do you realize when I say things like people have small brains and they're stupid, why I say it? You guys catch feelings. Oh, look, Pen, you could have put it better. Why would you say we have? Because you're proving it. Pick a struggle. You want to be pro-black, be pro-black. It's your prerogative. But then prove it. Put in the work. Build an Orania for black people only. And build black businesses and buy only from black businesses and work only for black businesses to prove that you're pro-black. Don't go work for white businesses. Don't buy from white businesses because then you're a fucking sellout. You guys say I've sold out by joining AfriForum. You watch DSTV. You pay for DSTV. You shop from Pick n Pay and ShopRite. You buy from Pep. You work for some of these companies. You bank at Capitec and F&B. These are all white-owned businesses. Where do you think the owners and the senior and the executives and the senior managers and the white workers, where do you think they take their white money to? They take it to the AfriForums of this world. Your money. Stain City. Your insurance money. Who's actually capacitating these people? It's you. So before you bash me, look at yourself. I'm gladly supporting AfriForum and I've explained why. I'm gladly supporting the gift of the givers and I'm explaining why. I'm gladly supporting Nhlanhla Lux and Soweto Parliament and I've explained why. I've fucking explained over and over and over because I know your brains are fucking slow. I'm going to keep explaining until it fucking clicks. When have you ever explained your stance? I go and I debate some of these people who are hypocrites. But shame because look, I think he's a good leader. He's got good intentions. But they're hypocrites. Oh, Julius Malema. Hypocrites. They speak nice and they say the nice things to get you emotionally charged. But when it comes to the real fucking work, they're not doing it. And you're not fucking doing it. And come 2024, you're going to vote for the ANC and the EFF and the IFP. And you're going to wonder why black people are still poor. It's because you're a fucking idiot that keeps voting for corrupt fucking idiots who do nothing but preserve elite white privilege. If I was to preserve elite white privilege, I would come and make videos and explain why. They will never explain why. They will keep telling you we're black, vote for black, vote for black. They don't vote for black. They don't live in black neighborhoods. They don't buy from black businesses. They don't send their kids to black schools. They don't use black hospitals. The same leaders that you're fucking voting for. They don't believe in you. They don't believe in you, but they want you to believe in them. To the black people that follow me on my social media pages, who have sent me many DMs on various platforms to tell me, Pen, I hear you. I support you. I hear exactly what you're saying. And Baba, please keep going. I understand why you joined AfriForum. I understand what you're trying to do. We learn a lot from you. You're pointing out hypocrisy. We're trying to do better. To all of those people, thank you for understanding, or at least for trying to understand. Thank you for trying. The race agenda is destroying people's minds as badly as social grants. Social grants weaken a person's ability to do for self. It makes them vulnerable, turns them into a child that has to beg the ANC for food. The racial agenda makes you blind to bad people who share your race. And they make you blind to good people who don't share your race. And they win because it works. It works. Stop supporting racist businesses. Even if it's hard, even if they're the only ones supplying something. Struggle. Struggle. Stop sending your children to racist schools. If a school is being racist, take your child out. You can try fight and call MEC and call the minister. Those guys don't really care. Get your child out and put your child in a conducive space. Stop working for racist companies. Even if you're being underpaid somewhere else, even if they don't pay as well, even if business is not great, go work for a space that actually appreciates you and sees you. I am much smarter than people probably give me credit for. I'm aware that people have agendas. And not just white people that you've seen me with. Black people you've seen me with. I'm aware they have agendas. Fully aware. But I also have an agenda. I also have an agenda. My agenda is for myself, my family, my community, people that are like me. It's my agenda. I call them penalists. And I will work with all these people. All of these people who are in line with me and my agenda. Even if they're not in line with your agenda. You must fucking find people that are in line with your agenda. I'm not fighting for a black agenda anymore. I'm not fighting for a South African agenda anymore. I'm not even fighting for a male agenda. I'm fighting for penalists. People who share my values, my vision, who believe in hard work, who believe in a hard life over soft life, who believe in minimalism, who believe in community, who believe in doing the right thing, who believe in fighting for what you believe in, defending good things that you own, intentional parenting, winning, non-racialism, non-sexism. So I'm not going to come just because I happen to be black and fight your black agenda, because I'm not here for a black agenda. Just because I'm male, I must fight a male agenda. I'm not going to fight a male agenda. Just because I'm South African, I must now support it. I'm not going to support a South African agenda. The people that run South Africa don't care about South Africa. That's why they're constantly selling this country to the highest bidder. Not for the sake of the country, but for themselves. Some of the men that run the world want to oppress and exploit other men for their benefit. A lot of black people that are your leaders are exploiting other black people for their agendas. I am not going to be a martyr and be Jesus Christ for your bullshit agendas where you guys yourselves are not even doing the bare minimum. Putting 100 Rand towards a cause that you believe in. Buying from people you believe in. Working for people you believe in. Sending your children to schools run by people you believe in. Voting for leaders that believe in and support and fund you. You're not doing it, so why the hell should I support you? That's disrespectful to myself, to my family, to my community, and other penalists. That would make me a sellout, supporting bullshit. Those are my thoughts on the alleged racial incident in Bloemfontein in the Free State. Like I said, it's training, it's tiring, as you saw. Like, gets me emotional. And after this, you get tired, man. And after being tired, I have to take deep breaths. After taking deep breaths, I have to remind myself of what my current vision is and what I'm trying to do. Using my platforms to educate. Using my platforms to empower. Using my platforms to collect resources. Network with important, informed educational people. And then collaborate with different people that can add value to my agenda so that we can try and build better spaces. If you don't get it now, if you're not going to get it after watching a lot of my videos, you'll never get it. And you'll constantly be groomed to be a sheep to the slaughter. And if you're not going to be eaten by white racists, you'll be eaten by corrupt black people, you'll be eaten by devilish religious leaders, you'll be eaten by fucking exploitative traditional leaders and everyone else, because you're actually an idiot and you're not aware. I keep mentioning Orania, and because you're so emotional, you still don't get it. You still don't get it. Find a piece of land, find like-minded people, fence it, and build your own thing. Create your own currency, create alternative energy there, create your own schools, and drive your agenda. AfriForum. If you believe that you can have a Black AfriForum or a Zulu AfriForum, do it. And once you start doing good work, like Soweto Parliament, like Duduzane Zuma, like Gayton McKenzie, we will join. We'll join. I'll put 100 rand and I'll say that guy's doing good work. Oh, it's because you're supporting Black. No, it's because I'm supporting a good person doing good work and trying to help his community, trying to help the rest of us. It's as simple as that. If you don't get it, forget about it. Pen you all the black pen. I'm tired.